Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Fallout 76.
Our records show several facilities in the region with uplink systems which that device should be capable of overriding.
Wow, there's really nothing in this room for being a level 2 locked door. Oh, this is the one I would always use, right there. To all remaining staff who are hereby required to enact Emergency Order A-19, destroy all non-communications terminals.
What's going on?
You were told to keep your head down and do your research, Jonathan.
Wait, who are they?
We need you to come with us, Jonathan.
Fizzle. Oh, thanks. Thanks for not dropping it somewhere close. I appreciate it. Production. Ah.
Greetings, member.
Hi. Cryogenic grenades. Oh. Appalachia. Wonder where that opens up to. Oh yeah, got all of the crafting stuff around. My stash box as well. Incredible. And I do actually have room to put these back. Oh no. Of course it goes the wrong direction. It annoys me how careful I have to be with clicking on things in this game. I wish it could be a little more flippant about things so that I could just go. It's annoying to have to be so cautious all the time with this game. I just want to play it, not carefully observe and pick through everything. Okay. Well, I mean, it is a cool place and all, you know? And I guess the military wing is that way. Production terminal? Nope. Uh-huh. Enclave. Elevators again. Huh.
Greetings, member.
Hi.
Welcome to the White Springs Military Wing.
Oh, thanks. Yucca cherry.
From here, local generals oversaw the region's thermonuclear missile silos
Incredible.
and enjoyed access to a trove of military intelligence and material, given they had the proper clearance.
Of course.
Disappointingly, however, the military clearance systems were specifically never integrated with our own. An egregious insult,
Aha.
in our opinion.
Of course.
This means, unfortunately, that to gain access to these lovely tools, you'll need to earn your clearance by attaining the rank of General.
Aha.
You'll need to register with the bunker's promotion system.
Okay.
It will track your actions via the COVAC and issue commendations for acts it deems of merit.
Well, wonderful.
Accumulate enough and you'll be promoted to the rank of General and granted access to the region's nuclear silos. And while we're unable to promote you directly, we can help. The facility had an old military operations system we managed to get our claws into.
Aha.
Using this system, we can now issue commendations of our own. If you help us, that is.
Okay.
All you need to now is is access any of the military systems terminals against the back wall to start your rise through the ranks.
Oh, imagine. I'm right here. Okay. Automated promotion system. Will do.
Promotion system engaged.
Good.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Private. Accessing bunker records for previously completed support operations.
Thanks.
No records of support operations found.
Okay.
System requires additional commendations.
Fine.
Valid acts include target elimination operations, bunker support operations. Completion of tasks will result in immediate issuing of commendations. Good
Perfect.
hunting.
Thank you. White Spring Automated Promotion System was installed in the event of a breakdown in the standard military chain of command. Promotions are earned through the collections of commendations, which will be issued for acts of valor and service to our cause. Activity will automatically be documented through the Kovac platform. Commendations List. Combat Commendation. Soldier has displayed impressive personal combat prowess by eliminating possible threats to the organization, including escaped experimental subjects. Method of acquisition: seek out and eliminate potential threats. Orbital platform will automatically detect threat termination. Commendation issued per target eliminated. 1. High-risk combat commendation. Soldier has displayed exceptional combat prowess by terminating a high-threat target of opportunity. Seek out and exterminate extreme threats designated by high number of stars. Orbital platform will automatically detect threat termination. 2 commendations issued per target eliminated. Support Operation Extermination. Members must orient a series of lures for us so that we may exterminate a group of troublesome vermin above ground. Okay. Completing an extermination operation mission. 2 commendations issued per operation completed. Patrol. Members must override a local bot stop station and protect the machines we manufacture there from harm during their reprogramming. Complete a robot patrol mission. 1 commendation issued per completion. Resource drop. Members should activate the 3 triangulation dishes at the site we wish to survey. Complete a resource drop mission. 1 commendation issued per mission completed. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that's good to know then. So that's just probably going to be running in the background as I play, which is pretty awesome. And we'll learn more about that as we go. Let's see what the brig has to offer here. Locked toolbox, eh? Well, not for long. Ta-da! Nothing. More medics. A turret. Why is there so much busted junk around here? That's what I want to know. What do you like? The victims of nuclear assault? I don't like this. That looks very torturous. Combat rifle. I suppose I could break that down. I don't need that stim pack. I seriously don't. I have something like 115 of them now. I need to sell some is what I really need to do. Oh, hi. Hi, how's it going? Poncho Lord. Bye. Talk to you later. How do you get down here at level 34? Communications. This is where I went the first time, isn't it? No, it isn't. No, it is not. Specimen jars. Oh, there was a globe in there. I probably don't need that. What is it? Plastic and cork and screws? 2 screws, though. Of all things. Fine. Fine. More sugar bombs. And this is the way out. White Spring Resort. Okay. I'm a little annoyed that the medbay didn't have a place to buy those things. Yeah, Science Wing? Isn't this it?
Hello, member.
Hi.
And welcome to the bunker's Science Wing.
Well, I feel welcome.
In this space, great minds once
Think alike?
tinkered
Oh,
with the building blocks of life itself.
well, how fancy.
We have managed to rebuild the fabrication system for one of their more Interesting discoveries. The Mutation Serum. You may peruse our collection within at any of our science terminals.
Okay. Maybe I will.
We do ask that you watch your step inside.
Okay.
There was a portion of the wing we were forced to demolish.
I see.
For health purposes. Rest assured, the whole space has been thoroughly sanitized.
What's the difference
several
in
times.
undamaged cigarettes? Oh, this is a whole carton. Whereas the other one, I assume, is a pack only. Yeah. I'm taking them. I just gotta try to remember not to break them down before I get them back to my base. Because I need more junk in my base, in my stash. Uh-huh. Okay. No mods learned. That's terribly sad. I'll bet if I start blasting these fools that I'll have a terrible time, and I will die horribly trying to get out. But I'm nevertheless tempted to do that. I don't know why. Alright, you. Mutation Serum Terminal A through G. Adrenal reaction. Initial findings. Subject showed signs of immediate atrophy and significant damage to musculature. Immense pain were reported by several subjects. Others were incapable of speech. Subjects were nearly impossible to restrain physically, exhibiting a significant increase in strength in the brief period before death. Fantastic. Entry unavailable for finalization. Fine. Bird bones. Initial findings. Subjects displayed significant atrophy to skeletal structure, decreased intelligence, and a loss of appetite. Heightened reflexes, attentiveness, and paranoia were also noted. Subjects were increasingly distressed at any change to the environment and perceived threats in any nearby sudden movement and/or loud noises.
Loud noises!
Okay. At this point, I don't want to check out finalization of any of them now, because unavailable. Plant matter in any form ceased to contain nutritional value for subjects and was frequently immediately vomited back out. Meat, on the other hand, appeared to provide all the necessary sustenance for subjects with no signs of malnutrition after several weeks of observation. Subjects were also able to consume raw meat with no apparent risk of foodborne illnesses. Additionally, subjects exhibited heightened awareness of meat and could detect it being prepared on the other side of the facility. Initial testing discontinued when subjects began suggesting researchers look tasty. Incredible. Chameleon. Several initial subjects were completely lost as the serum effects were not anticipated to be permanent. They were only relocated after death, which apparently negated the test serum's effects. Subsequent tests attempting to compensate for this resulted in many unintended consequences, such as floating limb syndrome and one noted case of a subject's internal organs failing to gain transparency. That would be incredible, actually. Eagle eyes. Early attempts to replicate the naturally occurring mutation were met with minimal success. Test subjects exhibited significant increase in ocular size, which, without increase in corresponding ocular cavity enlargement, resulted in permanent blindness. Second-generation attempts at a serum resulted in photosensitivity, negating any benefits. Exposure to any light source, no matter how faint, resulted in extreme pain for the subjects. Third-generation formulas were discontinued when, despite the successful reduction of negative physical effects, over 70% of test subjects exhibited behavior wherein they would become fascinated, even obsessed, with certain images and stare incessantly, foregoing all normal physical needs. Incredible. Egghead. Initial test subjects exhibited massive cranial deformities, which, coinciding with an overall loss in muscle tone, left them unable to properly function on a day-to-day basis. While some researchers felt the increased cognitive function was worth the impairment, it was decided that further test runs were needed. Interestingly, the enhanced mental abilities of early test subjects vastly decreased the time necessary to make revisions to the formula, marking this as the fastest trial to final process. I see. Yeah. Still, the finalizations are unavailable. Electrically charged. All results on early test runs were lost when serum effects were underestimated. All recording equipment in the immediate area was rendered inert. Subjects died shortly after injection as effects were permanent. Later test runs were more successful as effects were dampened and proper care was taken to add additional insulation to all testing and monitoring equipment. Despite its much later discovery and development, the grounded serum trials proved extremely helpful in finalizing this serum, as test subjects could be placed in close proximity to observe interactions. Okay, empath. Early physical benefits of serum testing were negated by the associated psychological effects. Several subjects committed suicide almost immediately. Others were left in a catatonic state from which they did not recover. Subsequent trials were able to successfully mitigate the apparent psychological damage, but proved the need for particularly physically fit test subjects. Note, trial runs 4.3 through 5.2 indicated subjects with an otherwise alarmingly high BI would be the best candidates for further study. As they are in short supply, additional tests were unable to investigate this phenomenon. What's BI? Okay. BI. This is what now? Grounded, of course. Initial discovery of this mutation was significantly delayed due to what is now believed to be interference and or absorption of electrical signals that are otherwise relied upon to detect mutations. As this serum began development while the electrically charged program was well underway, early progress was fast-paced. Later refinement of the serum proved more time-consuming than hoped, as electrical interference made the necessary delicate calibrations difficult. Nope. Fantastic. Okay. We're out of here. And this one is H through Z, or Z, I mean. Healing factor. Naturally occurring examples of this mutation were discovered, to the detriment of the military forces, in early explorations of the Appalachia area. Initial attempts to replicate this were universally considered disastrous, with subjects exhibiting spontaneous tissue growth, in some cases presenting as fully formed limbs or internal organs. Later trials resulted in more reliable results, but a stable state was not reached until much later in the process. Cool. Herbivore. Initially dismissed as wildlife adapting to a new environment, this mutation was noted by scouting parties, but was not considered worth pursuing. Later discussion suggested that a serum based on this mutation could prove beneficial to military personnel deployed in the field for long periods of time. Early trials resulted in subjects presenting a total rejection of any meat-based foodstuffs, to the point that the scent of cooked or raw meat resulted in immediate vomiting. Early trials showed mild psychological effects in addition to physical. Subjects presented a calm, docile demeanor, ultimately deemed... Okay. Herd mentality. Early testing was abruptly discontinued when during the end of the first trial run, several test subjects were placed in a room together. From the lead doctor's notes, it was intense. You could feel something change in the room. The three of them looked at each other for a few seconds, and then all just started babbling simultaneously. It wasn't until later that we realized they'd somehow managed to develop an entirely new language inside of 20 minutes. Body language became increasingly agitated. They seemed upset, like they were trapped. When we sent men in to calm things down, they were overpowered in moments if we hadn't had the failsafe systems in place. Later trial runs use a significantly distilled version of the serum, and test subjects were kept isolated for the duration of the experiments. Huh. I assume that has something to do with the behavioral patterns of actual marsupials, but I'm unfamiliar with that. Plague Walker. I've never even heard of this. This particular serum proved one of the most challenging to develop due to the drastically increased safeguards necessary to prevent the spread of disease throughout the entire facility. Initial tests were thought to be unsuccessful, with subjects showing no outward signs of change. Only after accidental exposure to rhinovirus did one subject's condition manifest, resulting in an unfortunate incident that killed several members of the research team. Progress on the serum was uncharacteristically slow due to the extensive precautions put in place to prevent further incidents. Despite the setback, however, it did clearly illustrate a path forward to future formulas. Let's see. Scaly skin. This mutation was initially overlooked as a more severe version of eczema. It was only after repeated encounters in the wild that our military personnel insisted a closer look was necessary. Early tests were promising, but debilitating for the subjects. So much energy was channeled into the production and maintenance of the dermal modifications that the body was left with little energy for anything else, essentially negating any benefits provided. Later refinements reduced the severity of lethargy experienced by the subjects, but drowsiness and sporade apathy are still frequent side effects. Incredible. Speed Demon. A unique case amongst the serum trials, initial subjects expired within seconds, exhibiting major trauma to the body on a scale previously unknown. It was only after reviewing slowed-down footage of the initial tests that the team realized test subjects were essentially shredding their own bodies when attempting to move. The incident happened so fast as to be nearly indiscernible to the naked eye. Highly diluted solutions were used for subsequent tests, with doses increased slightly until physical limitations were reached. I see. Nope. I just did Speed Demon, so we're looking at Talons now. One of the earliest experimentations, this serum was developed to give military personnel an edge in hand-to-hand combat. Initial trials were highly unsuccessful, but at the cost of total loss of fine motor control. Sorry, they were highly successful. Subjects often suffered accidental self-inflicted wounds and required assistance with simple tasks such as eating and showering. Refinements to the serum attempted to balance the efficacy in combat with the non-combat complications. Man, I read a little bit and then my brain just wants to turn off now. Let's see if I can finish these last two. Twisted muscles. This mutation was originally noticed early in the process of attempting to adapt the bird bone serum. It was noted that, encountering the negative effects of that mutation, an opposite reaction could be achieved. Thus, the research was spun off into its own development process. While muscle tone was drastically increased, time and effort was necessary on the subject's part to be able to move and react without overcompensating. Eventually, it was determined that some loss of fine motor control was an acceptable trade-off and the serum was stabilized. And unstable isotope. Initially recognized shortly after the Plague Walker discovery, the decision was made to delay any significant work on adapting this mutation. Given the difficulties encountered with that other research, this seems to have been the correct choice. Difficult to develop without massive collateral damage, extra measures were taken to ensure the safety of all scientific monitoring equipment and personnel, and, where possible, the safety of the subject as well. In hindsight, perhaps the results of the Plague Walker experimentation were overcompensated for. Early trials of the unstable isotope serum were so weak that subjects needed to be injured severely enough to risk death in order to provoke a reaction. Incredible. Incredible. Where do I buy these dang things, I'd like to know.
Mutation serums are an engaging bit of science.
Okay.
Harvested from specially preserved tissue samples, they carry with them no adverse effects.
Wow.
Unlike their equivalents found in nature. All the benefits with none of the pain.
Oh, the recipes are ridiculous. More caps than I even have. Well, no, I could buy a 1 recipe. But I don't have any of my bonuses on right now, which wouldn't help a lot. I would probably still only be able to buy 1. But that's crazy. I'll have to keep an eye out for cheaper ones at camps and stuff like that. That's pretty good, though. Man, that was a lot of reading, too. And I just have the special cigarettes left. Man, that was pretty cool. So yeah, we need to earn promotion commendations, and I assume it's necessary to become a general before I will end up getting the... Hello? Okay. Before I will be getting the quest to launch a nuke. So, I guess promotion commendations are my next objective then to be working on. Coffee cup, a fork. Y'all got any food in here? Cooking stations, but spices. No actual food. Imagine an entire underground base full of robots with no actual food. orientation, intake, and all that. Oh, this is where I started at. Okay. So this is all the same goodness. Yeah. Well, I guess it's back to base then, and I will figure out what we are going to do from here. Assuming I can remember how to get the heck out of here. Okay. Here are the elevators. We'll just go out this way. I want to head back to production and stored away the stuff that I wanted to store away, so we can actually go straight to doing things from here. And since this is the end of the old storyline, trying to think what we need to do next. Right, kill starred epic creatures or scorch beasts to earn combat commendations. I don't know how far away I can be for those to be lit up. So if we can see some of those on the map when I get outside, then we will just go straight for them. Okay. Campfire Tales. I've never done that one before. Project Beanstalk, Billings Homestead, Fly Swatter, a Real Blast, Enclave event. Okay. Activate Modus lures, draw in the pests, and wipe them out. That sounds like a plan.
Hello, members.
Hi.
Using the Kovac Muldoon, we have spotted some pests that could prove a problem if left unchecked. We want them exterminated. We've called in cargo bots to deploy a series of lures to the site, but cargo bot deployment can be bumpy. The lures may require your attention as they draw in the pests.
Okay.
Attend to them as they work, and you will be rewarded. That is all.
Well, wonderful. Should we go for the liver? Increase the luck of 3. I can't remember what else I had that was getting low on durability. Glowing meat steak, it looks like. Grilled rad roach could be eaten. Oh, dang it. Are you kidding me? Dang game. Shifting things around. Okay, initialize the lures and exterminate the enemies. What am I at? 349.
Signal detected. Activate additional signal sources to initiate extermination protocols.
Okay. So, if you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description. And feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.